Welcome to Promo Perspectives, podcast presented by Sage, dedicated to giving promotional products, suppliers, and distributors tips, tricks, and insights to help grow their businesses. Today, we are presenting the last episode in our series on band merch. So far, we had an episode where I talked about the history and stats behind the market and kind of some tips on how to break in. We had 2 different episodes where we interviewed different distributors who are already working in the market to give you that perspective on kind of what to expect. And today, I'm presenting what I think might be the most important episode for any of you that are looking to break into band merch. Today, we are sharing interviews with 4 different local musicians and hearing their stories about what band merch means to them culturally, as a business and marketing tool, and as a primary driver of their revenue. These are your customers in this episode, so this is where you're going to learn how to serve them best.
My name is Joshua Stone. I'm a local DFW musician.
My name is Chris Jordan. I have a cover band in Dallas-Fort Worth called Extended Play.
Hello there. I'm Bradley Blackwell. I'm in the band right behind you.
My name is Miles Maestro. I'm a 27-year-old musician from Dallas, Texas. Man, I couldn't tell you the last time I went to a show and didn't get something from the merch table, like whether it's a sticker, whether it's a lighter, whether it's a, something bigger like a hoodie or a t-shirt or a hat.
Shirt all day, hat or something. I find whatever looks cool and fits my style. I know sometimes it might be a little high, but I know it's worth it because I love the music, I like the music, and I like to show support.
I try to buy merch from local musicians and bands and stuff, people that I know or people that I like and want to support.
Not only does it feel like you're really making a contribution to the artist when you buy from a smaller artist like that, but it's just a lot easier to gain access to the merch stand usually.
The role merch plays in connecting with an audience is actually very crucial. And I say that because merch is oftentimes what keeps the artist afloat. Music, especially in the streaming era, is not a profitable thing. So merch is the thing. I can't tell you how a merch purchase at the end of the month has saved me to be able to pay my rent. So it's very crucial to fund the dream and to, I would say, it gives people something to remember you by, something to go home with, something, I think about all the times I went to Six Flags as a kid or going to the zoo. I always wanted a piece of merchandise from the gift shop because it was just something to remember from that. And so I really take pride in the music, and I've started to take a lot more pride in the merch as well because it's what people get to leave with. It's not just a feeling. It's not just a song that's stuck in your head. It's a physical form of something that is a memory.
I think merch is a great conversation starter, and if people really like the look of something, they'll be more interested in, or if you're wearing a shirt, they'll be like, that's a cool shirt, who is that? It's a band, you should check it out. It's a good way to spread the name.
I would say merch for artists is a pretty big thing for kind of establishing almost legitimacy for the bands, because you could go to any local show, and see a bunch of different bands, and you might not even remember their names, but when you get a tangible shirt from them or a tangible piece of merch, it not only gets you to remember the band, but also it sort of displays that you didn't make up this is a real band,
There's a couple experiences that everyone has when they're at a show. Number one is they hear the music, right? Number 2, they see the music. And part of seeing the music is seeing who's making the music. So branding is super important. I like to tell my guys that, hey, I know we're going to do a great show. I just don't want to be forgotten. So I make sure that our shows, we're wearing something with the logo, usually a shirt. I even got joggers. We got beanies. We got hoodies. Everything to make sure that when someone is watching the stage, they watch us long enough, they're going to have that image branded in their mind. So rather they remember the exact name, they're going to remember the logo. And then when they see us again, I can't tell you how many times it happens, but we'll do a show and someone's like, oh my gosh, I've seen you guys. And they may not know us specifically who we are individually, but they know the brand.
My merch, for my band Dogs Can Talk, we got this new logo that everybody really seems to like, and it stands out. If you can get a really good logo or something like insignia or something that you can put on pretty much anything that stands out, it does wonders for your brand.
There was a lot of research and shopping around. At first, we thought it was a far easier process. We thought you just simply order them in bulk from some website somewhere, but then we realized that a lot of those retailers are very low quality.
My first merch was through Shopify, and man, I did not know anything about just the proper brands or anything, and so I ended up just finding the cheapest option with a design I made in probably like Canva or something like that, and brother, the quality was horrible.
My first time buying merch was from Vistaprint. I created a shirt, a few shirt logos, editor designs, and a few logo designs for stickers, and a logo for myself for my business cards. And when I got that shipment in, pretty much everything was not usable because all of the logos were off-centered, all of the shirts were in different designs than I ordered, and the stickers were off-center.
The first time buying merch, I learned a lot of lessons. Number one is I learned there's a lot of different options, and it's very important as when you're getting to buy merch, you really want someone that you can trust to help you navigate the decisions, because you see shirts and you're like, okay, which shirt? Which one's good? And then two, you're learning about quantities. If you buy one shirt can be, or one item, one merch can be really expensive, and you've got to figure out, okay, like how many of that do I need to get in order to bring down the cost? So that was a challenge. It took me getting to the right distributors to find that, hey, there's better pricing out there for the quantities I need, because one of the challenges I had for the first distributor I had was they wouldn't do shirts unless I got 500. And I'm like, this is it's a small van. I'm just starting. I don't need 500. But I got hats. I gave those out. But a lot of it was just learning, just the cost and what you're getting, and then the process. And then two, understanding that, there are additional charges to, whatever type of design you could be doing.
Working with someone with the knowledge to kind of guide you to the right direction is something that I still am probably looking for. Someone who's very genuine, someone who's right there kind of making your vision come to life. People like that are getting rarer and rarer these days, but people like that, they help you go the extra mile when it comes, because it can be very discouraging to get something and get excited about a design, and then you get it, it's just not what you thought it was.
There would definitely be some things you could avoid just by, like, I don't know if a partnership would be necessary, but definitely maybe some instructional or informative videos of what's what and what you could expect from certain methods of printing. A partnership with someone that could help you out, if you knew what you wanted and they could guide you, that could be helpful.
There's also all these different types of shirt making process, and so we realized that if we wanted to kind of balance quality for cost, that screen printing was the best method. I forget one of the other ones. There's a couple of others that paste the design onto you, but we decided that if we made our shirt monochromatic, just with white color only, it would allow us to save on cost, so we could use the most quality type of printing process.
The feel of a shirt is pretty important, the design as well, but I think something that you would like to wear, something comfortable, is the most important, and then the design is second. Our first shirts had kind of a plastic film on them, and I didn't like it. It made me not want to wear it. It's kind of a weird feeling that I get from it. It's it feels like it doesn't feel right on my body. So I wanted a shirt that you couldn't feel the texture of, and I was really happy with how they came out with as far as the texture went, because you couldn't feel it at all. And also, I feel like if you're gonna do merch, either put a lot of care and time into it or get something really high quality.
Decoration methods, very important. And also, too, you learn about being flexible on the design and color. Is not everything needs to be full color. For example, my logo has, it's like a blue and it has a little gray and it kind of fades. It's really cool. It's a color scaling type deal. But realizing that, it's just as important to have just a plain white or black logo. But mainly embroidery is on the expensive side of things. Screen printing's on the more cost-effective things for me. And mainly, though, when it comes to decorating, is understanding the purpose behind it. Do you want people to have to see it visually? Do you have to be close to you to see the logo, or can they see it far away? So really understanding what colors are going to contrast to make that brand really stand out for as great a distance as possible.
Some of the shirts out there that you saw are going to be the Band-Aids on Broken Glass t-shirt, which is really just a black t-shirt which looks like it has broken glass with an orange Band-Aid on it. The song itself was about, if you can't see what you do to me, then why do you continue to apologize? It's just Band-Aids on broken glass. You're not actually fixing anything. You're just brushing it under the rug, for lack of a better term. So having a shirt that literally paints that without even any words on it was just something that was very cool to me. Also with merch, a lot of people, I like wearing oversized stuff, and it's been very difficult to find a very high quality, oversized, thick t-shirt, but we finally found one I'm very happy with. And not everyone likes it though. So what I do is offer everything that I offer in the heavy tees in a slim fit Bella Canvas shirt as well, because I would say that's probably the most popular that I've been running into recently. So I kind of try to offer both and cover both bases for, people of different tastes.
For this shirt, I made the design myself. I didn't have access to anyone to pay for professional design, so I opted to just draw it out, take a picture of it, and do some editing in software myself. And then I sent it in to the manufacturer. We used a screen printing process. Because it was a more expensive process, we opted to only make it a black and white design. That way we only had to pay for one color and allowed us to splurge on the cheaper printing process. For the shirts that we ordered, we tried to order sizes that we thought would reflect the majority of the people at our shows. So we focused more on size large and extra large to accommodate other guys our age that we typically saw. But we kind of underestimated just how many people above XL and below large that there were as well. So we had to order a second batch accommodating all of that. At first, keeping track of how many shirts we had left and what sizes and how many we sold and to whom, it was all quite a difficult task to just keep up in the notes app on my phone. So I had to create a Google Doc detailing all of our shirt sales. Even then, it's still been kind of a challenge to keep track of units sold versus inventory. It kind of boiled down to just having a bag full of the shirts and just going through and counting what sizes were remaining at each show.
Here is a long sleeve tri-blend. This is what I got for the band because here at Sage we have a few of these for our trade show shirts when I first started. And I realized being in Texas, wearing a long sleeve is a no-no, except for this shirt actually made it an okay. Not a yes, but an okay. Notice this by wearing it to, this type of shirt, wearing it to get the mail or just going outside or running errands. I wasn't burning up. But this is all made 6004 that I got. And I got these in black and also got them in white for the band. So more importantly, when we're doing outdoor shows, anyone doesn't want to get sunburned, but they don't want to overheat. This is a great way to protect their skin, especially if the stage is facing west. This is a great option. So if you are in a southern climate and you're looking for a good shirt and you're a band and you're looking for a good shirt to wear that's really comfortable and it's very fitted as well, great option. So because it gets cold a few days out of the year, I do make sure that we do have some skull caps, as some people call them. But this is great brand, rocks consistent with our colors, which is black, gray, and white. This allows us to continue branding, but be comfortable at night. And then we do have people that ask for these as well. So these come in gray and they also come in black. A lot of the merch, in some instances, we do sell, but in a lot of times we do give it away as well, just depending upon the opportunity. And we do have stuff that's exclusively for sale, but these right here definitely come in handy in few days out of the year. So it took a long time, but I decided to try these out, these joggers right here. Band really likes. We all try to have a good shoe game on stage, and nothing makes your shoe game pop out like a good pair of joggers. This is also too really comfortable. I was able to get the logo redesigned to where it kind of fit along the side. These are going to be great. Obviously, right now in Texas it's 100 degrees, so we're not wearing them right now, but everyone looks forward to wearing them in the fall. But super comfortable. What's great about this too is about bands having consistent merch, and it's something that you can talk to them about, is it makes them look a lot more professional. They're taken more seriously, and also too, members of the band love it because they don't have to guess what to wear. So it's already provided. So that's a great angle if you are talking with the band about, hey, you don't have to just wear a shirt, but you can also have pants as an option as well. Last but not least is our next level shirts that we perform in. Everyone has multiple of these. These are great. They're soft, they're breathable, they look really good. You can wash them tons and tons of times and they don't fade, so they hold up very well, especially when you're sweating and we're doing performances all the time, but they consistently look good. I always make sure everyone has just a few of these in their sizes. They fit really well, and they're worn most often. So we do have them in black and white. We also have them in black and gray as well, but I absolutely love them, and I can wear them all day, every day.
So Dogs Can Talk is kind of like, our whole vibe is like there's something more to what you see in everyday life. And the picture is just a dog, but it's an old picture of a dog with like a pipe in his mouth and glasses. First of all, you might think that this dog could talk, but the background being purple and pink and kind of like this like esoteric kind of psychedelic look also signals the sound of the music, which is like there's a lot of introspective words and kind of like Alice in Wonderland type vibe to it. This is the sticker for Dogs Can Talk. We've placed these everywhere around Deep Ellum and places in Dallas that we've played. It's a really good eye catcher, and it's clean. It's got my name or the name of the band on there, the Instagram handle, so you can look us up. And it's just, people like it. I don't know. It gets a good feeling. It's a good vibe. This is a shirt I designed after one of my songs called Change Your Mind. Basically, it's just a picture of a rose on a table, and it's got some effects on there. It's got the name of the song above it, and it's just a nice clean design on a white shirt that you might wear to like sleep in or an everyday wear. Yeah, this shirt is direct to garment, which means that the dye is in the fabric itself. So you don't feel anything when you touch it, which is important to me for comfortability, really. Yeah, the other shirts are not that way. They're screen printed, I believe, which is not what I ordered. This is another shirt I made, a logo that I designed. It's kind of like a tree, and it's got my name on the back. This one is, you can feel the film on it, and it's not terrible. It doesn't really make a lot of noise or anything like that, but I definitely prefer the no feeling on this. I I don't know why they couldn't get this order right. They did it twice and it was never direct to garment. I think this is screen printed, but I think it might be because of the colors. Maybe they didn't pop or I'm not sure, but yeah, I like the design, but I wish it was direct to garment. This is my business card that I had made up. It's just got a QR code on the back and my logo on the front, kind of a different logo from the shirts, but I think it fit the card kind of shape a little better. Having a good recognizable like logo for your signage there's some merit to it. I think it makes you look more legitimate. I had a big concert recently where they put this logo up on a screen, and I think that looked great, and I think it worked really well.
So my final thoughts is, whether you're in a band and you're watching this or you're a distributor looking to get into this market, it is a great market. And one thing I'll tell you is that it's really important that you partner with your client. There's a band, partner with them, take them through the process, meet them where they're at, look at, help them understand that like the branding is important, because especially if they're aspiring to be, to get to higher levels, and they don't want people to forget about them. If they're spending time to practice and get the songs down, then they also need a brand to kind of help carry them and people not forget all that hard work that they heard. So really important to just understand, meet them where they're at, grow with them, understand that there's a lot of options. You can look at what makes sense for their climate, for the climate you're at. If you're in the South, I've just shown you some great options where you got some long sleeve, you have a short sleeve, and then also too, if you're in up north or where it's colder climate, you can look at joggers. We also got hoodies as well. You can outfit these bands and make them look really cool. And last and not least, have some fun with it. Like, it is fun to have fun with the brands and try new things, from koozies, things they can give away. If they do want to sell merch, one thing that we do is the merch that we would sell and do sell sometimes, we do use a different brand. We don't really sell our next level stuff as much, just because it can get a little bit pricey. But we do have some other things that we'll look at for selling, and then different options. Also, too, look at doing a company store for them. Link it to their website so people can purchase their merch online. So there's a lot of different opportunities that you can provide to bands in the musician community. But again, if you're new to the community but you like craft beers and used to breweries, you can lean on that for understanding on what type of products would resonate.
Thanks again to Chris, Brad, Miles, and Josh for sharing your stories. It's invaluable for our audience to get a real perspective on who their customers are and hear what your struggles have been to bring your branded merchandise to life. I hope you guys have enjoyed this series on band merch. If you want to learn more, you can re-listen to these episodes at any time or check out the band merch deep dive guide on sageworld.com. Head to go.sageworld.com/podcast to listen to past episodes or register to join us on the next live stream, and we'll see you there.